Now we will see the Lewis symbol. Why we have to learn about the Lewis symbols? As yesterday I completed, for the stable structure, to gaining stability, to become more stable, each and every element who have not complete octet, they have to complete octet to gain stability. But way to gaining stability, we cannot conclude without knowing the symbols. Now about the valence electrons, how they combine, how they will form bond. This is very necessary to know the Lewis symbol structure. And we will know the significance of Lewis symbol structure. Okay. It is very little topic, but it have very large significance. Okay. Now you see here the formation of molecule, only the outer shell of electron take part in chemical bond combination. You keep in your mind very clearly that only the electron present in outermost cell, only the electron present in outermost cell, they take part in chemical combination. Electron in the penultimate cell, or you can say in the inner orbital, they do not take part. Suppose this one is the inner orbital, it do not take part in a chemical combination. Only this one take part in the chemical combination. So you have to represent outermost electron, that is called the valence electron. ओके एक बार ये बताएंगे कि जो आउटर मोस्ट सेल के इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं मॉलिक्यूल फॉर्मेशन में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। इनर सेल का इलेक्ट्रॉन जो होता है वेल प्रोटेक्टेड होता है, बहुत अच्छी तरह से प्रोटेक्शन में होता है, और वो पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करता है बॉन्डिंग में। ओके और ये चीज़ें हमें जानना ज़रूरी है, रिप्रेजेंट करना ज़रूरी है, तब हम जान पाएंगे किसने कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन दिया, कितना लिया, कितना शेयर किया। इस चीज़ को सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए जेन लेविस ने, एन अमेरिकन साइंटिस्ट, इंट्रोड्यूस द सिंपल नोटेशन टू रिप्रेजेंट द वैलेंस शेल इलेक्ट्रॉन इन एन एटम, एंड दीज नोटेशंस आर कॉल्ड सिंबल लुइस सिंबल्स। ओके एक अमेरिकन साइंटिस्ट जेन लुइस ने हमारे लिए एक इजी वे बना दिया रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए वैलेंस शेल इलेक्ट्रॉन को, जिसे हम कहते हैं लुइस सिंबल। यू कैन सी हियर एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द सेकेंड पीरियड, दीज आर द ऑल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द सेकेंड पीरियड। ओके these are all the elements of second period. Atomic number of the lithium is what? 3. Okay, and it have one electron in outermost. Its electronic configuration is 2 and 1, so its valence shell have only one electron. Okay, now beryllium have atomic number 4 and it have 2 electron in outermost shell. Boron have atomic number 5 and it have 3 electron in outermost, and it have 4 electron in outermost carbon of the carbon, and its atomic number is 6. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7 and there is 5 electron in outermost shell. Atomic number of oxygen is 6 and it have 8 and it have 6 electron in outermost shell, and fluorine have 9 electron, and in which 7 electron in outermost cell, and here neon have the 8 electron in outermost cell. Now this symbol what signifies? What information we can get or extract from this structure? First of all, this dot represent the valence shell electron. How many electron in the outermost cell? And it also tells about the number of electrons taking part in the bonding. कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन बॉन्डिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे, we will come to know from the Lewis symbol. And what type of bond will be formed, how is bond will be formed, what will be valency, this can only we know with the help of Lewis symbols. Lewis symbol. Suppose you see here about the lithium. Okay, now we will see here the about the lithium. Lithium have 1 electron in outermost, 2 electron in inner. So it will lose its electron to become equal to the what? Helium. Here is 2 electron, but beryllium has some exception, but it can also lose the electron. But however, its group member can lose their electron. Boron has same condition. It have 3 electron, which can it lose in certain condition, but it form bonds of Lewis acid. We will know later. Carbon have 4 electron. It can neither lose nor can gain, but it can share electron with the other. Okay, he is the person of society who can neither beg nor donate. So it will share electron with other to complete their octet. And here is 5 electron in the outermost cell of the nitrogen. Then you can suppose that how much electrons are needed to complete their octet. Okay, how much electron is needed? You can conclude yourself. You can think, if it have 5 electron, then it cannot lose 5 electron. But it can gain or it can share 3 electron to complete octet. Because if it will lose, then it have to lot of lose 5 electron, and it have to complete octet only, means complete to be 8 electron. So it have only 3 electron, need of 3 electron. Then it have the possibility to gain electron or share electron also. If it share with itself, then it will share 3 electron to itself. Okay, or it can share 3 electron with other. This way nitrogen can complete the octet. It is possible only by showing the Lewis symbol to know what would be happen, which type of bond will form. You can see here once again, in case of oxygen, it has 6 electron in outermost. Then how it will complete its octet? Think. Yes, you are thinking right. It have only need of 2 electron. Then what will he do? It will share electron. It will share, or it can gain electron. How much? 2 electron. it have to gain only 2 electron. So it can gain means it can take from other, and it can share with other also. Okay. Further we proceed toward the fluorine. Here is 7 electron in outermost. Then you think, what will fluorine do? What will fluorine be do? Think. Yes, you are thinking right. It have 7 electron and it have need of 1 electron only. So it will gain electron. It can form 2 type of bond. By gaining electron, it can form electrostatic bond with the metal, and sharing 1 electron with the non-metal, it can form covalent bond. If we have no idea of representing the outermost electron, how will we come to know which type of bond will be formed? अगर हमें तरीका ही ना मालूम हो, यही ना मालूम हो कि आउटर मोस्ट में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन हैं, कैसे रिप्रेजेंट होंगे, तो हम कैसे जानेंगे कि कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन की ज़रूरत है, कैसे बॉन्ड बनेगा। अब सामने नियॉन है, इसके ऑक्टेट क्या है, कंप्लीट है, इसमें 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन है। क्या अब हम इसके बारे में सोच सकते हैं या किसी के साथ बॉन्ड बनाएगा, या इसे बॉन्ड बनाने की ज़रूरत है? It have no need of forming bond, so it will not form bond. Why? It have complete octet. It is inert, but it is ideal for other element. They will complete their octet to become stable like the neon. I am talking about the only second period elements. Similarly, other periods element will do the same work to complete their octet by gaining, by losing, by sharing electron to complete, become stable like the inert gas element. This is the significance of what? Lewis symbol. So it is very necessary to know how to represent. We have to know the electronic configuration. If we have to know which type of bond will be formed by the element. Okay. Now I hope all of you understand. सब अच्छे से समझ गए होंगे। अब इसके बाद हम आते हैं फाइनली कोसेल्स थ्योरी पे आ जाते हैं। नाउ कोसेल, अभी हमने लिविस को डिस्कस किया। कोसेल इन द रिलेशन टू केमिकल बॉन्ड, केमिकल बॉन्डिंग। What are the facts? Here you have to remember periodic table, and I hope all of you have remembered that there are halogens and which are very highly electronegative, and there are alkali metal which are highly electropositive, and they are separated by the noble gas. For example, you can see here if there is fluorine, suppose it is, see here, this is fluorine, atomic number 9, and this is sodium, neon. Ne, and then there is sodium. Na. Now you see here. Atomic number of fluorine is 9 and atomic number of neon is 10. Okay, and atomic number of sodium is 11. Sodium is alkali metal and fluorine is halogen. Both are separated by the inert gas. Neon is inert gas. Okay, it means everywhere you will see that halogens are separated from the electropositive, most electropositive alkali metals by the noble gases. Noble gases are the noble for the element to complete their octet like the noble gases. Now you can think here. Sodium is 1 more than neon and fluorine is 1 less than neon. If sodium want to be equal to neon, it have to lose 1 electron. And fluorine have to be equal to neon, then it will have to gain 1 electron. अगर सोडियम को नियॉन के इक्विवेलेंट होना है तो क्या करना होगा? सही बात, राइट, इट हैव टू लूज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड फ्लोरीन, if fluorine have to complete its octet or become 10 or equal to neon, then it will have to gain 1 electron. Then you can suppose what will be relation between sodium and fluorine. You can think or imagine yourself. Sodium will lose 1 electron and become positive, and fluorine will gain 1 electron from the sodium, become negative, and this way both will complete their octet. और इस तरह से ये अपना ऑक्टेट पूरा कर लेगा. But there will be negative charge on fluorine and there will be positive charge on sodium, and there will be electrostatic attraction between fluorine and sodium, and due to this positive negative charge they come together and form salt. Okay, this is described by the Kossel theory, Kossel-Lewis theory. Thus, without knowing Lewis symbol, we can't describe Kossel's theory. So first point is very clear, second point is also clear. Formation of negative charge, negative ion from a halogen atom and a positive ion from an alkali metal is associated with the gain and loss of electron by respective atom. I hope it is very clear. Now, negative and positive ions thus attain stable noble gas electronic configuration, and the noble gas electronic configuration, if you leave helium, we have only duplet is complete, have a particular stable outermost shell configuration. You can see NH2 and NP6. This is the stable electronic configuration. Okay. Next, now we will come to next point. If we know that if one element lose electron and one element gain electron, the element which lose electron become positive and element which gain electron become negative, and both are stabilized by electrostatic attraction. There will be electrostatic attraction. There will be electrostatic attraction. Okay, and due to this electrostatic attraction, they will come together. They will come together. Okay, you can see here example. Yes, you see. Sodium and chlorine form NaCl. How they are forming? Sodium have one electron in outermost, and just behind you are showing the kernel of the neon, and it lose electron and become equal to the neon. It is very clear here. Now you see here, this electron is gained by chlorine and it become negative. Okay, after this sodium become positive and chlorine become negative. They can't go away to each other. They come together and become negatively charged. What they become? Negatively charged. Okay. This way, another example you can see here. What is another example? You can see here. Example is calcium fluoride. If you are seeing calcium fluoride, calcium lose 2 electron to become equal to argon, and fluorine gain 1 electron each. There is 2 fluorine. Thus 2 fluorine gain 1 electron each, become equal to neon. This way both become stable and form a salt, which is electrostatic compound. Thus the bond formed in such condition by losing and gaining electron or by the attraction, electrostatic attraction, is known as electrostatic bond. It is known as electrovalent bond or electrostatic bond. You can say this. Okay, and valency of such case is equal to the number of unit charge. Suppose here you see calcium has 2 positive charge. Okay, then its valency is what? 2. Fluorine have 1 electron, then its valency is what? minus 1 charge, then its valency is 1. Okay, chlorine have -1 charge, then its valency is 1. Oxygen have 2 minus charge, then its valency will be 2. Thus the electrovalent is formed by the electrostatic attraction between the positive and negative element, which is gained by losing electron or gaining electron. And thus calcium, you can see calcium assigned positive electrovalency of 2, chlorine assigned by negative electrovalency of -1, or you can say 1. Valency is always incomplete number. Okay, I hope everything is very clear. Nothing is this way. You can say that what is importance of Cosel's postulates, what is importance of Lewis symbol. Thus Cosel's postulate provides the basis for the modern concepts regarding ion formation by the electron transfer and the formation of ionic crystalline compound. This can only be known by the Cosel postulates, and this way we can we understand the value of his view, and we know systematization of the ionic compound. Systematization of the ionic compounds. At the same time, did recognize the fact that the large number of compounds did not fit into this concept. और ये भी हम जानेंगे कि सारे इस concept के अंदर नहीं आएंगे. तो इसलिए हमें लुईस concept और कोसेल concept को जानना बहुत जरूरी है. अब इस तरह से हमने आज ये जान लिया कि किस कंडीशन में कोई एलिमेंट अपना ऑक्टेट पूरा कर सकता है और क्यों पूरा करना चाहता है, कैसे पूरा करना चाहता है, ये हमने जान लिया. इसी तरह से हम भी स्टेबिलिटी पाना चाहते हैं, पढ़ लिख करके, कुछ बन करके. ओके, हम कुछ कर सकते हैं. अब इसके बाद हम लोग थोड़ा सा ऑक्टेट रूल के बारे में जानेंगे, क्योंकि सारी बातें हम जान चुके हैं. वी हैव नाउ द कंक्लूजन ओनली. ओके, कोसेल लुईस थ्योरी इन 1916 developed an important theory of the chemical combination between atoms. इस तरह से हमने जो कुछ भी ऊपर पढ़ लिया, इससे हमें ये पता लग गया कि कैसे बॉन्ड बनेगा, कैसे केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन होगा, और इसको हम जानते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक थ्योरी ऑफ केमिकल बॉन्डिंग. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक थ्योरी ऑफ केमिकल बॉन्डिंग. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस, atom can combine either by transfer of electron of valence electrons from one atom to another, or by sharing valence electron in order to have an octet or complete their octet in their valence shell. This is known as octet rule. तो हमें इस थ्योरी से ये पता लग गया कि एलिमेंट इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफ़र करके, इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करके, इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करके, इलेक्ट्रॉन शेयर करके अपना ऑक्टेट पूरा कर सकते हैं। यही ऑक्टेट रूल है। ठीक है। नाउ इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द नेक्स्ट बॉन्ड, chemical bond. In this video I completed the electrovalent bond. Now in next video we will complete covalent bond. Thank you. Have a nice day.